back to the show here on Afternoon Express, where we are paying very close attention to bees, but not only bees. We want a taste of all that honey. Now, you just have to try these Excella rice and beef meatballs with barbecue honey sauce. Served with coconut rice, it is a dish packed with a taste of pure excellence. This is what I'm talking about, Candace. Are you much of like a home chef, home cook?
I can just about fry an egg, so I'm happy to be here.
Surprise, surprise! Oh my goodness. You know, one thing about it is that Tumi is so good at teaching the amateur chefs how to become chef's level. So Tumi, what do we need for this?
I got you. Now, Candace, normal Excella rice is delicious, right? It cooks fluffy and white. I mean, we're about to make something that I don't know if anyone has ever tried before, but it's called a coconut rice. And this is one of my favorite ways to make Excella rice because you just infuse so much flavor into it because of it being such a beautiful rice to use.
Absolutely.
But I see you're already going with the cups there.
I'm going in with our 2 cups because I know for this recipe we need a good 2 cups of this Excella.
Okay.
Tiger, and I'm good. Maybe you can hold down the cup for me.
Yeah.
Now you know. Teamwork makes the dream work. And then Candace, please may you just pop that into the bowl. I mean, Excella rice is an affordable, premium quality product, perfect for everyday meals. And Candace, a lot of people don't know this, but now you know. It has a great taste and it is white and fluffy when cooked. It is so versatile. Let me just continue to pour the 2nd cup in there. It's versatile. It is versatile not only for savory applications, which is what we're doing now, but also for sweet dishes too. And it feeds the entire family.
Yeah. So basically what we're trying to show you now is how great it is to use. I mean, there's something I like to say with the Excella piece, it's twice as nice. So we're basically showing you one way to make the rice, which is with the coconut water. You can actually add it right now, Bali and Candace. We've got some coconut water as well as some coconut milk. So obviously, whenever you're making rice, you'd probably go according to package instructions and just use water. The reason we're doing this is because we're infusing all that coconut flavor into it. If for some reason you are inspired because you know that Excella is so great for both savory and sweet, if you are inspired and you're like, actually, I want to turn this into a pudding. I want to turn this into something sweet. You can then just add some sweetening into this. This honey that we're going on about, you can definitely add that into that and it becomes a sweet dish.
Honey in rice.
It becomes a rice pudding, my friend. But we're not doing that now.
Let me add a pinch of salt as well.
We're not doing that now, but that's what I'm saying. Because it's so versatile, you could literally just decide, look, I'm not going to make an accompaniment to my meatballs. I'm just going to make a dessert to have after my meatballs.
Yeah.
So while our rice cooks away there, I'm going to get started on our mixture for the meatballs. And yes, I am not being funny, guys. We're also going to be putting Excella rice into our meatballs as well, just to give them some body. But before we go into that, I'm going to start by adding the oil into our pan. I've got our Excella pure sunflower oil going into our pan over there. This Excella oil I'm talking about, when I Candice, I don't know if you know this, my darling.
I'm listening.
You know, there's different types of oils, and sometimes you can tell what the oil is just by the smell.
Yeah.
Or you can tell how the oil is just by the look. It has a neutral taste.
Yeah.
And we're using it right now for a different application, which includes frying and also baking it in the oven. So it's such a great, versatile ingredient to have as well. We're going to fry up our onions in here. Let me actually do this as I speak to you. So
I love onions.
The onions are going
Hands
in
already
there.
hot, me too. I
love onions.
And then we're going in with the rest of our flavor bases, which will be our garlic, as well as our thyme. And as we're talking about these honey flavors, another thing I love about honey is that it makes or elevates all these dishes that we're talking about here. So if we wanted to go a little bit extra and add a bit more honey into any of these dishes, it definitely wouldn't overtake the flavor, but we obviously just need to keep in mind that not everyone's palate is the same.
Yeah.
Do you have a sweet palate or a savory palate?
Definitely sweet.
Are you a sweet girl?
Definitely sweet.
My girl.
I could just about do pepper, spicy, chili. No. Sweet only. Like even my mom's curry. I'll let her throw sugar, vinegar, all of those things in that curry.
Well, hopefully next time she can throw some honey into that curry.
I'm going to suggest that.
So as you can see, I'm basically doing a double station over here. We've got our uncooked stuff that's going in here. And the only reason I'm doing this with our garlic and our onion is, one, to soften our onions, because I know the one thing that people don't like when biting into a meatball, sometimes because people undercook it, is raw onion. I think there's some people that I know that would kill you if you serve them anything with raw onion.
Not Candace and I was literally going to say.
No, I don't mind. We won't speak to anybody afterwards, but we love the onion.
We'll just speak to each other. We'll just be like, hi, girl.
we are also making sure that we're cooking down our spices so that they merge perfectly with the rest of the ingredients. So all I'm doing here, like I said, I'm just basically softening our onions slightly. I'm switching off the pan and just letting the residual heat cook the rest of that. And now we're going to go in with adding the rest of our ingredients that are going to make up the meatballs. Like I said, I'm adding some of our Excella rice, and the reason for this, let's just say you've made a delicious meal the night before. There's always an extra cup of rice left over.
At least in my household.
And with Excella rice, because it cooks fluffy and white and a little goes a long way, you definitely might always have a little bit left over. So if you do, add it into an egg fried rice or add it into your meatballs and give them a bit more body, and it goes a long way.
I was actually going to ask if that Excella rice that you've just added now also is infused with these coconut flavors.
It doesn't have to be. See, that's another thing here. We're just making sure that we've got two separate flavors that work together. So in here, Bali, we've added our cooked onions mixture, and I've also added some of our thyme leaves. Let me take these out because they don't look nice. And then we're just going to mix everything together. But before I do that, I also just want to give you a tip on the barbecue sauce, because we're only going to add the barbecue sauce after we've been cooking the meatballs, because we want to baste them like we would the chicken.
Okay.
And this is how I normally make my barbecue sauce. I will have some, tomato sauce there and add some other flavors, a base of some barbecue sauce as well. And then we add a little bit of honey in here.
Which is what we want to celebrate
Exactly.
today.
We're celebrating our honey today. So basically, let me give you an idea. I form my meatballs. These go into the oven to bake at 200 degrees for around 20 to 30 minutes, just until our meatballs are cooked. Once they've, let's just say, 5 minutes to go, you take your basting brush and you baste these babies with sauce. Go in for increase the heat to about 200 degrees. Make sure it's piping hot. Baste them and just keep basting it until they've got the beautiful, shiny gloss you've got over there.
Oh, this is so good.
Is it so good? As soon as Candace had that first bite, she was like,
Come on now.
Is it that good? Are you tasting the flavor of that honey coming through that barbecue sauce as well?
It's so sweet. The barbecue sauce it's tangy. So, and the meatball is done so nicely.
Yeah.
So it's amazing. I love it.
Well, don't forget, you came here to work, so continue. And then at the end, I suppose we can be sprinkling these dry coconut flakes onto our rice. Now, Mzansi, once again, we have showed you that with Excella, meals are made excellent. To get your hands on this recipe, simply head over to afternoonexpress.co.za. Yes.
Meet Afternoon Express's guests. Excella Pure Sunflower Oil, Thai long grain rice and mayonnaise. A taste of pure excellence for meals made excellent.